Save that for the air.
Do you remember what that's from?
No, but I remember the line. I remember what movie. Hold on, let me make sure this thing is on. Is this thing on? Hello, tap, tap, tappy. We got a red light there. We are hello.
Yeah, I was just trying to push it forward because we're usually at an angle.
I know, but we have a little prop tonight.
And I also want to make sure that we have a little ash.
Yes, we have a little prop tonight. So hey, there you are.
Oh, are we on?
You're there. There you are. Holy shit. Hey. Is Wednesday.
That kind of Wednesday.
It's that kind of Wednesday. It's a little frigid, not as bad as before. But welcome to the mid-sack on a Wednesday. That is the redoubtable one, Tom Izzo. I am the highly, highly, highly questionable one.
You'll never get subtitles for that intro.
Never.
Because it's meant to be like that.
It's meant to be like that. It's just drivel. It's just drivel. It's all
but
it
damn,
is.
So I don't know what it is, RJ.
This is what it is. What is it?
I feel really good tonight. And I don't know if we're at the top of the hump,
and
the bottom of the hump.
Well, that's it.
Maybe it's that.
That's what it is. Tomorrow's Thursday. The weekend's basically.
But damn, it feels
the weekend's
great.
basically here. College basketball is heating up. We got NFC. As you can see, we have a little prop tonight for you guys in football's honor.
We spent the big bucks.
We did. We spared no expense. Kudos to that production team again. Really sparing no quarter left. Nothing.
These are authentics. This isn't replica.
Authentic. Been sitting in the box for 5 years. Authentic. So anyway,
Authentic, you went to the grocery store every week trying to get all these.
It didn't come out. No, they came in one big set. I'll show you.
I was kidding. Remember back in the day, get the
they did get them one at a time. Yeah, really.
From the little,
Yeah, and they. So anyway, for those of you who are just joining us, this is IDD. I don't disagree. The non-competitive, sometimes angry, a lot of times bitter sports talk show. Again, the redoubtable one, Tom Izzo, the highly questionable one, Arjun Miliaccio. Segment 1. We are down to 4, ladies and gentlemen, and oh baby. What a 4. Okay.
The best 4 teams in football.
These are the best 4 teams in football. I said that last week.
Yes, you did.
And
you said it Monday.
Yeah, and now, Monday, yeah, it seems like last week. And then when I looked at the stats, it just reaffirmed what kind of already knew. These guys are in the top 10 in virtually every freaking meaningful category. So is it a surprise? But they're the only 4 teams that are. And that's the other thing. So to me, that tells that it's no surprise they're here. And they've all been here in the recent past, basically. I mean, the Eagles are going for their second Super Bowl in 6 years, for crying out loud. These two were in the Super Bowl against you a couple of years ago. These guys were in the Super Bowl last year. So this is no stranger to love.
Well, 3 of the 4 teams were in the championship games last year, correct?
These two? These two rematch.
And this one.
That's right. They lost to the Rams. That's right.
So 3 out of the 4 teams were here last year.
Yeah.
Now, while the Eagles have had recent success,
yes,
they did make a shocking jump this year.
They did. It's amazing what a number one can do.
It's amazing.
Are you hearing that, Bill? Okay.
But in addition to a number one, the quarterback has taken leaps and bounds.
Well, the number one has helped with that.
Sure. The defensive line.
And they've gotten better. Offensive line is arguably the best in football, if not the best. Their rushing attack is 5th in the NFL. They're the only one in the top 5
I think they're
left.
the best team left.
I would disagree with that, and we'll get into why.
I know.
But again, here's the thing: we're going to break down both these games in segment 1. Lots to talk about, and with good reason, because honestly, these are 2 very evenly matched teams. 4 evenly. They're all these matchups work. There's advantages all over the place on both sides, I might add, and they've all got legit quarterbacks who don't flinch.
Well, where should we start first?
Where you want to go?
Well,
that's the 3 o'clock game. That's the 6:30.
So let's start with the 3 o'clock.
Okay.
Game. I was going to say A is before N, so we go AFC first, but
we'll
go chronologically. We're going to go.
Yep.
San Francisco 49ers traveling to Philly.
To Philly, the city of brotherly love. And yes, Fly, Eagles Fly has been the chant all week. I can hear it in my freaking sleep. It's driving me up a wall. Okay, but I can't stand it. That one's not as bad. That's not as bad. That was not as bad.
Yeah, the Fly Eagles Fly shit is just corny.
But just if you look at this.
If a song comes on when you score, just go back to college.
If you look at this matchup right here, they are 1-2 in the NFL in defense. 1-2.
Okay. San Francisco's 1.
Is 1, and the Eagles are 2. Okay, and then you go to sack leaders. Philly leads in sacks. You go to turnover plus minus. San Fran leads in plus minus turnovers.
But San Fran has the individual sack leader in Bosa.
That's the thing.
Right? He's got 18 and a half.
And look at these quarterbacks have been great all season. Purdy came out of nowhere. What's it, 7, 8 in a row? Whatever the hell he is.
7 in a row.
Yeah,
Purdy has not been great all season.
No, but he's been great since he's been in the lineup. Let's put it that way. pretty much consistently.
Not as great as Jalen Hurts.
No, Jalen Hurts has been better. Okay, he's an MVP finalist for a reason. And by the way, there's 2 other guys there right on this side. We'll get to them later.
I think he's the MVP.
So, well, I think Mahomes is going to get it on the popular vote because they're trying to get him up to Brady as fast as possible.
Well, but you do have to give Mahomes credit for what he's done without Tyreek Hill.
Mahomes had a hell of a year.
Without Tyreek.
Yep. But the thing is, it's like he doesn't have weapons.
Well, he's got
This
Kelsey.
wasn't Aaron Rodgers where the cupboard got left bare, and that was Aaron's fault, by the way. But I mean, because he didn't want Tyreek to leave, Tyreek Hill,
Yeah.
And Tyreek went for the bag of money. He's got a ring already.
He should have, yeah. Exactly.
You only get one. When you're a receiver or running back, you get one big shot at it.
Right.
So
And he went to a competitive
He
team.
did. They're going to be. They made the playoffs.
Yeah.
And without their quarterback.
Yeah.
I mean, so they'll be back. So.
All right. Sorry, I started derailing us.
Anyway, these two. This is talk about heavyweight fight. There you go. And what I mean, this is going to be one in the trenches, and both. I can't wait to see. And they're talking about the Eagles' #1 ranked offensive line against San Francisco's #1 ranked defensive line.
And vice versa.
That's literally what it is. So it's going to be in the trenches. I'll tell you what, you like hitting, you're going to see hitting in this one. Okay, so, and there's skill position players all over the place for both teams. So this is the thing. These defenses can be great and still give up 3-4 touchdowns. Because that's how good the offenses are that they're playing.
I think San Francisco's defense is more vulnerable.
I would beg to differ. And again, it's close.
So here's what I'm judging on.
Go ahead.
Okay. Last week, it looks like the Niners had a great day, and they did. They held the Cowboys in check. Mm-hmm. But we talked about Dak and the fact that some of those plays were just fine. And he made the wrong read. Yeah. He made a poor throw.
He made a few wrong reads.
A few wrong reads and a few poor throws.
And again, Orlovsky said, remember my quote, he should have had 5 picks.
Right. And in addition, but he also should have had a couple more touchdowns probably. If he makes the right deep ball
Dallas
throw,
was the #1 offense in the league.
Yeah.
They have that kind of talent.
It looked like, I think they can be exposed by those two receivers.
They can be exposed. I'm not saying they can't. What I'm saying is,
I think they will be exposed.
I don't think so because I think this guy has a game plan for this offensive line, and I think he's been waiting for it.
D'Amico?
And he's got the front 7 to battle.
I fucking hope so.
I'm telling you right now.
I hope you're right, but I don't see it.
You don't have to see it. Okay, but the reality is, if you look at the numbers and you look at the consistency of one versus the other, they're both the best at what they do. Defense usually wins in this scenario, all things being equal. So at least that's a historical thing. Usually, when the offense goes up against that top, the defense usually prevails. Meaning, it doesn't mean they win the game, but they rarely hit their average. And in a game like this, okay, where this is not the 8th game of the season, and no, this is that game. You're going to get both teams knockout punch tonight, on Sunday, and trust me, they're going to have to throw more than one because neither team is going to knock the other one out in one punch. It ain't going to happen. They're both that good. Okay, the edge I give to Philly.
Never know what happens with Purdy.
This is what I was about to say. The edge I give to Philadelphia, to me, this is the difference in the game. To me, okay, is the quarterback over there is not Dak Prescott. It's just that simple. And again,
so you're saying because of that you like the Niners better?
I like the Eagles better in this game because of the quarterback. Because
you said he's not Dak Prescott.
I'm saying yes, he's not, and that's why.
You're saying Hurts is not Prescott.
He's not Prescott.
Okay. Exactly.
That's what I'm saying. So I'm saying the advantage to me in this game is at the quarterback position. They have the better quarterback, and this is no knock on Purdy. He's been awesome. This dude's an MVP finalist for a reason.
Yeah.
Okay, he is. And when he was healthy, they lost one game. And that was by 1 point.
And it was very fluky. It wasn't by one. It
was 10 points. It was Washington. That was the first one. The other one, he was.
It was a very fluky game.
It was a fluky game. Washington ran the ball down their throats. This is the other problem. Washington offensively ran the ball down their throat too, and this is where
that hasn't happened anymore to them. I feel like they fixed that.
Dallas ran all over them in the second game. They put up 40 points.
Yeah, I mean, that's true.
And Dallas
again, that game was weird. That's like
I'm not saying that. Listen, this is the great part about this game. You could literally. I would not be surprised. Honestly, both of these games are coin flip games.
I think the Eagles are better.
They're not better.
I think they're better.
They're at home. And
they're better.
I don't think they're better. I think
Why
they're
not?
home. Because San Fran has the better defense.
Dude.
San Fran has. Look at as much as I like A.J. Brown, he ain't as good as Debo. Okay, as much as I like their tight end, he's not Kittle. Okay, and their running backs are good. McCaffrey's better. Okay, it's that simple. They're comparable, but the Niners have the edge there at all three spots.
Yeah.
That's it. And it's not again. It's
to
close.
Me, I feel like
I'll tell you
it goes
now,
back to what you
the
said
Eagles are gonna
last
have a
week.
problem.
There are some of the parts team. Eagles, some of the parts is better. I feel like.
The Eagles are studs too. They're number 2 in defense. There's no slouches over there.
I'm not saying there
I'm just
is.
saying,
You were just saying that.
I think
all the skill position players were better on San Fran's side.
Against the Eagles' defense. Yeah, well, against their. If you match them up by position, I would take. If you had to choose between A.J. Brown and Debo, who would you take?
Debo.
Be honest, okay?
Debo.
If you
but
had
A.J. Brown had a better year.
That's because
Debo
missed games one, just like A.J. Brown did.
Point is
and
that,
Debo had 3 quarterbacks.
My point is that if you ask me which offensive unit I would take, I'd take the Eagles. Even though those 3 players, I agree with you, head-to-head are better. I will still take the unit of the Eagles with
You're welcome
A.J.
to
Brown, Devontae Smith.
Well, you're welcome to it. You have the
Goddard.
Guess what?
Miles
you can do
Sanders,
that, pal.
and Jalen Hurts.
You can take that team if you want to. No problem. Not gonna
Because the second receiver, much better in Philly. And the quarterback.
Oh, Ayuk
much
is really
better.
good.
Oh, that's true.
He's
That's
really
true.
good. Brandon Ayuk, that
That's
dude's
true.
no freaking. Are you
That's
kidding
true.
me? Go look
That's
at his
true.
numbers.
Okay, so him and Devontae Smith may be a wash.
I think they're a wash. I didn't bring them up. I think they're even. Okay?
But I still think Hurts is that much better than Purdy.
The quarterback is better.
By a
Okay,
lot.
that's the thing. He is. He is by a lot. But
So that's why I take that unit.
But
because he adds rushing.
this isn't the
and
first
better
time
pass.
we've seen a team where the quarterback was better by a lot, and that team still lost. So, this is going to come down
What's
to
the last time it happened?
this is that the team with the better quarterback lost.
Yeah.
The Patriots in 2 Super Bowls against you, just off the top of my head, I've been thinking about it. We had the better quarterback, you won, and I got the numbers to prove it.
That's a long time ago.
I'm saying that's just without even thinking about it. There are others. I'm thinking about in the Super Bowl. My first thought was the Super Bowl.
Well, this is a championship.
So again, I would say Mahomes was a better quarterback than Brady at that time. Brady's team won. Brady's past his prime. Again, Brady was good.
I'm shocked.
No, it's called the truth, Tom.
Oh,
I am here to tell
I've
the
seen
truth.
you deny the truth in certain circumstances.
I'm sure I
when
have.
Tom Brady and the Patriots were involved.
I'm sure I have.
It was a look of utter shock and glee.
Mahomes, at that time, Brady was still great. Brady made the fucking Pro Bowl. But Mahomes, like I said, Mahomes was just this was a close. He didn't blow him away. I'm saying he's a notch better. He's a notch better. And all time, he's not even close. He's not even on the map with Tom Brady. And he may never get on that map. I don't care what these dickheads at ESPN do to blow him up. No.
Well, with that contract, it's going to be hard for him to maintain
when he gets to 5 Super Bowls, wake me up. Because he ain't going to see 5. And if you think I'm wrong, I'll give you 2 names. The guy he's playing against, Mr. Burrow, Mr. Swinging Dick Joe, okay, and Josh Allen. Off the top of my head. Oh, Herbert's in his own division.
What about Big Cock Brock?
Maybe.
7-0.
7-0.
Guy's never lost.
I said maybe.
Never lost.
Maybe.
Imagine if he wins a Super Bowl, would he become the first quarterback to ever, have a perfect record when winning the Super Bowl?
No, they might 72 Dolphins.
No, I'm saying he's never lost a game in his career.
He would probably be the first.
You think?
I'm thinking. Yeah, I think so. I think that would be.
There's no other was Hostetler? Had Hostetler started any games before?
I don't know. I haven't. That's the stat. That's a Hembo stat.
It would have to be. Have to be like a quarterback that took over because of injury.
It's a sneaky Hembo question. Is what it is. But anyway, it's a good question. He might be. He might very well be. I wouldn't be surprised. But anyway, look. That is to me. That's why I give Philadelphia the edge. It's not because the defenses they're a wash. They're 1-2. It's not because of the skill position, even though I think the Niners are a little bit better there. That, to me, is basically a wash. Okay? The difference is they get the better quarterback and they're at home. And that's it. And that's why when I pick this score, it's going to be a field goal. Because it's going to be that close. Barring either turnovers or a major injury to somebody, this is going to be a field goal game. Not a touchdown, a field goal game.
What do you mean barring turnovers?
Someone has like a ridiculous, what Trevor did in the first half of that game. Something
So
stupid.
you're going to pick a score and then say, but if there's a turnover, it'll
I'm
be
saying,
different?
no, I'm
Pick
saying.
a score as if this is what's going to happen.
I didn't say, I'm not changing my score.
I know.
I'm saying where I
but
could
you're
be.
hedging.
I'm not hedging at all. I'm
You're
saying
hedging.
I'm not. Me saying why I could be wrong, turnovers is usually the number one reason.
I just.
It is. I'm not hedging shit. I'm not changing the score.
Happen.
I'm predicting Philadelphia 30-27.
Ooh.
It's that close. And again, a turnover could change everything. It's that close. It's going to come. It's going to be a one score. It's going to be a field goal game.
Who'd you pick?
I picked Philly by 3.
I thought you weren't picking Philly.
I never said. I said I give them the. What did I just say to you? I give them a slight edge. A, because the quarterback is better, and B, they're at home. I said I explained.
I thought all week I've been saying like Philly's going to win that game, and you're like,
If that game were at a neutral site, I'd pick San Fran. That's how close it is. Yep.
All right, I'm picking Philly 24-14.
Okay. So there you go. I got 30-27 Philly. He's got 24-14.
10 points.
10 points. Okay. So
I know I'm a little biased because I've seen Philly a lot this year.
You don't even like to watch the NFC West by your own admission.
I don't. Yeah, I really don't.
So again, I've seen both teams.
West Coast bias has hit me here.
I've seen both teams.
But I truly feel, and this is probably because they just handed us our ass.
You didn't show up.
Philly basically put our ass on a platter, and I'm talking like cheek and crack up. They put some holly sprigs on there, put some butter, roasted it in the oven, and then they served it up, sliced up our ass right on a platter.
Yep, and I would argue that a good portion of that was self-inflicted, starting with the game plan, which was god awful. And I'm not the only one. I'm not the only one. I'm not the only one who has said it. By the way, multiple people in ESPN have said that coaching staff screwed these players. They didn't even give them a chance to win.
Well,
not that they would have won anyway, but they said they didn't give them a chance to win.
In addition to that, we got big boyed. We got sunned.
Yeah, got bum blasted.
It was straight.
Y'all got blasted
Daddy
in the bum.
Central. Daddy Central.
Yeah.
So I think Philly is the most complete team left. In my opinion, the only team I think will beat them is Cincinnati. So while I'm picking Philly to win this weekend, I don't want them to win. I'll be rooting against them, and that's fine because if I'm wrong, I'll be able to watch the Super Bowl with a little more peace of mind.
You've had a good play. 7-3, by the way, folks. 7-3 on his picks. That's good.
I picked Dallas to be different.
That's
first of all.
That's good.
Okay.
You thought they were going to win.
I picked Dallas to be different.
You thought they were going to win.
I wanted them to win.
You thought they were going to win. You sat here and you actually gave me the logical reasons why you thought they were going to win this game.
Well, when you want something, then you back it up because you're a fucking loudmouth.
But it wasn't. But those were facts that you gave me.
Of course.
So that's not an opinion.
You can use facts to shape and push forward your opinion. If you don't know that, you don't know politics, you don't know any of that.
I know all of it because I have a political science degree.
Okay, then you know.
But the bottom line
facts don't make it right.
Facts can't be disputed.
Right, and that's why they're a good tool to push a misinformed opinion. And
so you never thought Dallas was winning that game?
I don't know. I mean, dude, when I pick these games, here's the thing. When I pick these games, I can't decipher between my fan bias and my logic bias, or my fan brain and my logical brain. This is completely real. Okay. So whenever you see me pick a game, don't trust it.
He's 7-3 though.
Okay, but
you can't say don't trust it.
Well, because
the odds are in your favor.
So I know about the sport.
I'm just saying.
But when you can't say that. But when it comes time,
if you were 5-5.
But look, when it comes time to pick, my brain does all this weird shit. And it just like throws out random shit. It's like, well, I mean, what if this team win? Well, yeah. No, I could see McCaffrey just running for a 98-yard touchdown. And
I'm telling you,
150
don't
yards.
Be surprised.
And, but then I'm like, oh, no, but I could see,
I just said
Jalen Hurts escaping the pocket and running for 85 yards and a score.
Could also happen.
Yeah. So I usually just, the last one that comes through my mind, that's what I go with.
Okay. That's fair. I understand. I understand.
And I don't know if any of it is like, based on the fact that I don't like Philly, based on the fact that I want them to lose, so I'm going to pick them to win. Like, I don't know all the things that are going into my decision sometimes.
Yeah. I mean, look.
Does that make sense?
Yes, it does. And trust me, I think you're more common than you think.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just aware of that, of my brain doing that.
So, I'm a facts guy, and you can tell because I get mad at these facts. They piss me off, but they're what they are. Okay, I don't like the fact the fucking Giants beat the Patriots twice in the Super Bowl. The fact they fucking did. I don't like it. It's fucking true. Okay, I don't like the fact that fucking LeBron James has now scored. He's the only player in history to score 40 points on every team in the NBA. He only played 21 fucking years. The only guy that was that close was Jabbar, who played 19. So, I mean, he's in his 21st, whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah, but he's still playing at a high level.
I didn't say he wasn't, but I'm saying he was also playing in a small ball, no defense playing era, which is also true. So when the second, well, you tell me, the top three, forget order. It's LeBron, KD, and Steph. And whatever, those are the top three. Is that fair to say?
In current era?
Yeah. Is that fair to say those three? Top three?
LeBron, KD, and Steph.
And Steph.
Are we including Kobe in that era or no? He's before.
No, this is before. This is after Kobe. Kobe retired in like 2008. 2012. So
it's kind of like
post Kobe,
08-ish, end of Kobe's career.
Post Kobe.
Right.
This is post Kobe.
Yeah.
The last 8-9 years. Is it fair to say it's those three in any particular order?
I mean,
would you dispute that? Is there somebody else I'm missing?
No, I'm trying to think of other people near that list.
Well, those guys all got multiple rings. That's why they're the only ones on it. Okay, so because there's a testament to their greatness.
Yeah.
Because but the bottom line is two of them paired up for two of them. Now Steph got one without him. So that's the thing. Katie has yet to get one without Steph. So that's why if I were doing this, it'd be LeBron, Curry, and then Durant.
Because of how Durant got his champ.
Curry has now won two without Durant. Durant has not won with one without Kobe. Okay,
who?
Kobe. I mean, not Kobe. Steph. Curry.
Curry, Kobe. What are you gonna do? Yeah, no, I think that's a fair assessment.
So,
I'm trying to think of
my point is
guys that creep into that conversation.
My point is with that. Those are the facts are everything. LeBron, like I said, I can't stand LeBron James. He's the best. To me, he's the best player of this generation.
So where are you going with this?
My point is that I don't. When it comes to what I do, it's strictly based on fucking facts. Whether I like it or not doesn't matter. Whether I'm biased or not doesn't matter. I'm just like him. I'm pulling for the 49ers to win this game. Difference between me, well, maybe he won't be surprised either. I won't be surprised if San Fran wins. He's got them by 10, so that tells me if San Fran wins, he'd be surprised. I won't be.
I'd be happy and surprised.
I won't be surprised at all. I just said a few minutes ago, if you put these teams on a neutral site, I'll pick San Fran. I'm giving Philly the gentleman's pick. They give you the 3 points because you're at home. I'm not hedging. They're only favored. I give them a slight.
You're hedging so that no matter what happens, you can be like, I knew that was going to happen.
No, I said it was possible. I'm predicting Philly.
Right. Yeah, it's possible.
I'm saying it's possible, and it's a realistic.
Possible that Jalen Hurts gets hurt in the first quarter.
Yes.
And Gardner Minshew comes in and takes
that's far fetched.
I'm just saying. I think
what I'm saying, San Fran beating them is not far fetched.
Of course, they're both in the game.
It's not.
They're both in the championship.
You're picking Philly by 10. You're telling me that the only reason it's going to be 10 is because the weather sucks.
I mean, they got to travel cross country. Last time they played a running team like this was Atlanta. They lost by 2 scores. Mm-hmm. Now, Bosa was not in that game. So that's kind of
the only one not in that game.
It's kind of a big deal.
He wasn't the only starter missing.
Well, McCaffrey wasn't on the team yet.
No, I'm talking about on the Niners. McCaffrey has to do with the Falcons running all over them.
But it does because if McCaffrey's running too, you can control the ball a little more.
They still probably would have gashed him. So instead of it being 170 yards, it's 135.
Look, I'm just saying it's not apples to apples because
I'm just saying that the only reason I'm picking Philly is because they're at home and they have a better quarterback. That's it. That's why I said 30-27. That tells you one possession, 3 points. We're talking maybe overtime. This may go to overtime. Would that surprise you? Wouldn't surprise me if it went to overtime one bit.
It will surprise me if San Fran can keep up with Philly.
San Fran has better weapons.
You're right. And I'm telling you,
San Fran also has the better defense.
I'm biased right now.
Philly has the better offensive line.
I'm biased right now because of what I've seen.
I'll give Philly 2 edges. Their offensive line is better than San Fran's offensive line. Their quarterback is better than San Fran's quarterback.
Their defensive line is better than San
Fran. No, it isn't. San Fran's is number 1.
No.
Number 1.
Not in sacks.
That's because they're usually running away from people. I explained this to you. They're not going to run away from the 49ers. They're not going to run away from this team. I'll tell you that right now. It's not going to happen. Unless this kid pulls a freaking sunshine, which that's not going to happen.
But if your defensive line is that dominant, it doesn't matter if you're running away from somebody or not. If you need to drop back for a 3rd and 8, you're getting fucking sacked.
Not if you got Deebo Samuel and Christian McCaffrey, who also is a pass catcher. A great one, by the way. So I am looking forward to seeing Philly try and match up with that.
I hope you're right. I would love to see the Eagles meet their match, and I would love to see
they're meeting it.
The Niners walk off that field with the link silent.
I'm just telling you, it's very possible. I'm only giving them an edge because their quarterback is better. That's it.
Well, Hey,
and they're at home. And they're
like
at
I
home.
said, you're usually on point with this.
So I'm saying
So I
teams.
trust you.
I said to you before, teams are. Here's what teams are. And I said this early in the year. Teams in the NFL, they're better, 10 points better at home on average than on the road. So I'm going off of that premise. It's going
I
to be.
wish you would have said they're 30 points better because that would have made me feel better about the Giants.
The Giants didn't show up. You know it. I know it. All of America. Fucking coach said it, for crying out loud. I mean, everybody fucking knows it. And again, Philly may have still won 38-21 or 38-24 or 45-30, whatever. But the Giants would have put up a fight. That was a fucking joke. They didn't show up. And don't give them a pass for that because they should have at least put up a fight. Losing again, you can lose.
I'm not giving him a pass.
A bum blast?
What do you want me to do? You want me to go slap him around?
No, I want to say what I said the other day, that Brian Daboll should lose the Coach of the Year award for that because the kid. I'll tell you right now, Jacksonville got to the same place. They were in more disarray than Giants were, and they put up a fight in Kansas City.
Coach of the Year is a regular season award.
Jacksonville got in.
The voting is done.
Not yet.
Yes, the voting's
Then
done.
why haven't they announced it?
Why would they still be voting for it if it's a regular season award?
I'm saying they just announced the finalists for the MVP candidate. That's a regular season award.
Well, with baseball, they do the voting end of regular season. They announce it later.
No, maybe they do. I'm not saying you're
I don't
wrong.
know. I could be wrong
I'm
about
saying
that.
they usually haven't. They just announced the MVP, and that's the regular season award. Just the finalists, the five.
Right,
They haven't
right.
voted on that yet either.
But
So I think the coach.
But my
they
thing
wait.
is, but even so, it's a regular season award. So you can't tell me that playoff game loses it for him. You can tell me other shit, but that's not part of the
It's
regular
not
season.
that they lost.
It's not part of the regular season.
The coach job, the number one
It's
job,
not
is
part of the regular season.
I know, but I'm saying
the
he should
award
lose
is
it.
based on what
I don't
happened in
care.
the regular season.
Well, they had the same freaking record for Christ's sake. I still would give it to him based on because Jacksonville was still in more disarray than freaking.
No,
the Giants
I'm
were.
not saying Daboll shouldn't get it. I'm not saying Daboll should get it over Peterson.
I'm just saying. To me, it's those two.
I'm just
for
saying
being
you can't not give it to Daboll because of that. Because it's not based on that.
You haven't voted for it yet.
It's not based on
impression.
that.
I know it's not. That doesn't mean a person can't change their mind. They're not gonna write in when they pencil their vote. Oh, by the way, this is for that the other day, you asshole. They're not gonna do that.
I'm not saying. Look, I'm saying it's not fair to do that.
I didn't say it was fair.
Oh, shut the fuck up.
I didn't say it was fair.
You're so full. You always move the goalposts.
I'm not gonna go both. How many times have you seen something where voting wasn't fair?
Right. Okay. Look.
So am I stretching that?
I'm just saying that it's not.
It never is.
Of course.
But
Of
my
course.
thing is they didn't show up, and that should drop him down a peg.
But you're saying
Whether it's enough to be overtaken for that award,
But it's not about the playoffs.
I think it is.
It's not. It's a regular season award.
Playoffs count, don't they?
Not towards that bullshit award.
It's not a bullshit award.
Yes, it is.
Why is Coach of the Year a bullshit award?
Because it's a regular season award. Who
Yeah,
gives a
but shouldn't
fuck?
I give a fuck. I want to know if I have a good coach or not.
You do based on the performance of your team. You don't need a bunch of writers to tell you that.
Not this year.
Why not?
You saw the Patriots. Last 3 years. No, this year.
The
What
performance
I
of
don't
their
know.
team showed you they do not have good coaching on the offensive side of the ball.
They don't at all.
Or special teams.
That's 2/3 of the
So-
game,
so
Tom.
you didn't need an award for shittiest special teams.
No,
and
you don't
offensive
get an
play.
award for that. I'm saying,
Right,
but
you
if you're a
don't need
guy, but wouldn't that be? Listen, as a fan, wouldn't that be kind of cool? Hey, Mike, not only does my team come along, we got the guy who won the coach.
That's
of the year
great,
this year.
but we don't want that.
It's not. I'm not.
We want the real shit.
No shit, but that still counts.
Sure, it does. My point is just
If it didn't count, they wouldn't fucking vote on it. It
That's
didn't mean
bullshit.
nothing.
that's bullshit.
Why? Do you think that has? You think that doesn't determine or help people get jobs?
No.
Yes,
that
it
is where it means something.
That's what I'm saying. So don't sit there and fucking say it means
But-
nothing. We're talking could change a person's career getting that award.
No, but
like winning a Super Bowl.
I'm just saying there's criteria to vote on these, okay? And it's about regular season. It's
about team
So
performance.
all I'm saying is if you're voting on that award,
I think they should wait on all of them. For being honest.
okay.
I want
we're
all
going to
of them.
agree to disagree. But I'll say this.
You didn't say you don't disagree.
Well, no, we are both disagreeing with each other.
We're saying we agree to disagree.
Agree to disagree. Yeah, there's no.
What if I don't agree to that?
What, you want to keep going?
I do.
You want to try to make me agree with you? I'm not going to agree.
You're very stubborn. You know that.
Yeah, you're looking in a mirror. But
I'm looking right at you.
But here's the weird thing. So you and I have been saying Peterson and Daboll this whole time.
Yes. And hey, look at
I'm watching TV today,
yes.
and Daboll's not even in the conversation for most people. They're saying it's Shanahan
Wait,
and
Shanahan? Kyle
they're saying
Shanahan?
Shanahan and Peterson.
That's ridiculous. They were in the NFC title game last year. He's got loads of talent.
But they're saying,
basically his talent is so good he can plug and play whoever quarterback he wants, and he
agree.
still wins.
I agree. Now they're saying because of
now
what
that's
he
part
did,
he has something to do with that.
They're saying because of what he did with 3 different quarterbacks. I'm like, you got the best defense in the league, some of the best skill position players in the league.
All 3 of those guys are Pro Bowlers.
I mean, my God.
And Ayuk is not far fucking behind. Okay. I mean, they are loaded.
So
they're both loaded. That's what I'm saying.
So
this is an even game.
They got him in there over Dable.
I can't believe you're going 24-14. Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Dude, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. I told you that.
No, I have no problem with you picking Philly, but you think it's not going to be.
I want them. I want to say they're going to stomp them. So
is this more of a I don't want to jinx it type thing?
That's what I'm saying. I didn't consciously do that, but I know that's a possibility. I do.
Okay, fair.
Same way I picked the Giants last week, knowing in my heart of hearts they were going to get.
We're going to switch to this game because we've got.
Hold on a second. Before we go.
What?
Before we go to that game. Again, I just tack on some things about Coach of the Year, Defensive Player of the Year, all that.
Right.
Okay, so on Twitter today, I saw so many Eagles. I don't know if they were blogs, maybe some fans, posting, I can't believe Nick Sirianni's not Coach of the Year, finalists.
They're in the playoffs last year.
I can't believe that.
There are other coaches just as good.
I can't believe that Hassan Reddick is not a Defensive Player of the Year finalist. He's got 15 sacks or something like that.
How is he not?
I don't know.
Is that true?
Bosa's got 18 and a half.
Well, they're going to give it to the guy with the most sacks.
Right.
That's kind of how it works.
But it was Bosa. I don't know who the two. But
Judon for the Patriots was probably in there because he had 15.
He wasn't a finalist.
Wow. So he had 15 and a half.
But
too.
my thing is,
he hit the same amount.
Sure.
15 and a half. He's not among the finalists.
But my thing is, when you're a team that has aspirations of the Super Bowl and a legitimate you might be the favorite to win this bitch.
Yep.
You care about Defensive Player of the Year?
I personally would.
And Coach of the Year?
Coach of the Year would be kind of nice.
But see, that's my point, though.
If my guy didn't lead the league in sacks, I'm not going to put. I know the other guy's going to get it.
But my thing
and
is,
he should.
But my thing is, you're gonna be like, why are we a finalist? No, go win the Super Bowl. That'll tell us that y'all are the players.
Even
of the year.
if he was a finalist, okay, if he's not leading the league, he's not going to win it. So who gives a fuck if he's a finalist or not? He's still going to be in the Pro Bowl. It's still going to get a big fat payday.
It was just a funny thing I was seeing on Twitter today, and as a Giant fan, and I'm just like, so I saw it like 5 or 6 times, and at first I was like, damn, yeah, Hassan Reddick did kind of get robbed there. And then I was like looking at Sirianni, and it's like, Jalen Hurts did take a big jump. And then I finally said to myself, what are they bitching about these pointless awards
for? They got A.J. Brown.
When they got a shot to win the Super Bowl for the second time in, 6 years?
Huh?
Who gives a shit about the other stuff?
I don't know. And by the way, you have a whole new coaching staff, a whole new scheme, philosophy, all different players.
You could be this
That's
good
pretty
for
hard
the
to
next
do.
12 years, and you give a shit about that? No.
I agree.
You don't need awards. You need titles.
When you're that close, it's about the ring. The ring changes everything. Trust me.
Because you obviously have a bunch of people on your team that could be up for best at their position. Lane Johnson didn't allow a sack all year.
Nope.
One of the best right tackles ever.
No, true. So anyway, I agree with all that. Yeah, that's too much. So anyway, moving to the AFC. Rematch of last year's.
Should we stop and start?
Do you want to stop and start?
Well, because that way if somebody wants to
we'll stop and start.
look at just that episode.
We'll stop and start. Okay. We'll be back in just a minute. Going to get a drink. And we will break down the AFC title game next.
Maybe talk to Yoda.
Maybe, possibly. Never know.
Little Yoda?
Possible, little Yoda. Little Joe Boo. Little, who's your brother? Where's your sister? How's your father?